kind of take you over to this area over here, and it's kind of our cylinder head and block repair area. So what we're doing here is we'll take any of your Cummins, your Cats, your Detroits, any of your engines, and we'll take your cylinder heads. We'll actually strip everything again right down to bare metal and start over with these engines. So what we'll do is we'll take either your cylinder heads or your blocks and we'll put them into our mill. We can actually resurface your cylinder heads, your blocks, and get them prepped and ready for brand new and back to spec, 100% back to spec. So this is some of the cylinder heads right now that are used and they're ready to go in. We just got this block out of the mill here just a couple days ago. Completely resurfaced the top of the block and cleaned up every portion of the engine. We're right now at this point getting ready to start cutting all the counter bores and getting them back to spec, and then from that point we can start putting the crankshaft in, putting the gear train in, all new seals. There isn't one gasket or seal that isn't installed onto these engines that are all brand new. So again, we take pride in what we're doing. It's a long-term deal, and we want you to be completely satisfied with your engine. So we'll make it so that this thing runs for years. Kind of take you to the other side over here. This is some engines that we're currently working on right now that are not done. This engine right here is a 871 Cummins. So this engine specifically is going to be built with Interstate McBee pistons and liners, rods and main bearings. This crankshaft has been completely polished, so has the camshaft. And again, this will be an Interstate McBee engine. The only difference between this engine is that even though it'll be Interstate McBee on the inside of it, the cylinder head will be 100% Cummins, genuine cylinder head. And this will be a long block plus again. So we call it a long block plus again because we're putting brand new oil coolers into it, water pump, and this will also have a new EGR cooler on it, or a reconditioned EGR cooler as well. But with that being said, brand new cylinder head from Cummins and Interstate McBee on this 871, and it'll be a long block plus. So next step we're going to kind of go to is going to be, we have a Detroit here. Now guys, this is the old school Detroit. So this is the 95s and 96, and the great thing about these engines is that this is the piston cooled from the block, piston cooled engine. So these are really hard to get today, and again, we strip these things down bare block, and we're putting into this specific engine, we're putting genuine Detroit diesel parts into this engine, and this will be a long block plus as well. So you're going to get a brand new oil pump, you're going to get a brand new oil cooler, and a brand new cylinder head and gear train with a bull gear. Again, our crankshafts, we have all of our crankshafts polished, we have cams polished or replaced as needed. So everything that you're going to get internally inside this engine, if it touches oil, as we say, if it touches oil, you're protected. So this is again, this is a 100% engine, and this one will be a long block plus as well, and we're hoping for years and years out of this engine as well. And again, remember, you can't just get these blocks anymore. This is the old school, this is the good stuff. And so with that, we're going to kind of back up. I want to kind of show you what we're doing with our cylinder heads and stuff. This is just kind of a little cylinder head workstation. So we'll take a cylinder head, strip it down completely. We'll put brand new injector cups into it. We don't even screw around and put old valves in and turn them unless you want it. If you want it and you want to cut some costs here and there, we can still do all of your valves, do your valve work, grind all the valves in the seats, and put new seals into it. We prefer not to do that. We prefer to actually put all brand new valve guides, seats, and seals into it. That way we know we're 100% to spec, and recession, valve recession is right where it's supposed to be, so that we can get the engines to start immediately instead of lag time on starting because your valves aren't set correctly. So right down to, again, our shafts. All of our shafts are polished, and all of our rollers and everything are either replaced or polished and checked out. What you'll see is there's a film on top of this. We actually try to protect them as they're sitting and waiting for you guys to put them into the truck and run. So, but everything is polished, cleaned, inspected, and bushings installed. So that's what we're doing with our cylinder heads. That's what we're doing with our rockers and stuff. And again, we'll do whatever you guys want us to do. As far as old engines or new engines, however you decide you want to do it, we can build them to whatever direction you want to go. Preferably, we try to do all new if possible, with any kind of bushings or anything of that nature. That way you're getting your full life out of your engine that you need.